What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. All right, before I get into this video, I want to give a shout out once again to the brother Aram, lover of old school basketball, with a donation via the PayPal. Much respect to you for showing love to the channel. And I want to give a shout out to TMDWH. Those are the initials I saw, TMDWH, with the $10 donation via the Cash App. He says, for all of the laughs. Yeah, I try to be funny sometimes too, you know what I'm saying? Throw a little humor in there. As long as the message gets through, nothing wrong, a little bit of humor every now and then. I think sometimes we all need to be able to laugh at ourselves and not take ourselves so damn seriously on here. So you may recall, I think it was last year or 2023. I forget exactly when it was, but I know it wasn't this year. John Stockton called out LeBron James for being a guy that, as he put it, liked to take the helicopter to the top instead of climbing there the old-fashioned way, the harder way. He wanted to take the easier path to success, to glory. And I think a lot of us agree with that. But in this particular video, I want to also talk about how, although I do think that LeBron James has had a relatively injury-free career, let's be honest about something. Number one, he does benefit from an NBA that has lost a lot of his physicality. Okay. Number two, at 6'9" and whatever he weighs at any given time, 265, 270, whatever it is. He's amongst one of the bigger players in the NBA. We don't have the same league, you know, that Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant had to contend with, where you had bruisers down low, where you regularly had big men who were close to and exceeding 300 pounds. That takes a toll on the human body, having to bang against these guys, having to drive to the rim and having to deal with being fouled by these strong men. You know what I'm saying? These unnaturally bear-like strength men. He don't have to contend with that anymore. These guys have been phased out of the league to the point where LeBron is one of the bigger guys. See what I'm saying? Essentially, he's playing bully ball out there. He gets away with a lot of offensive fouling. Not to mention the fact he doesn't play defense. Not to mention the fact that also a lot of us assume and suspect that he's doing something that is, frankly, illegal. There's a lot of tomfoolery going on around here. But also, we just cannot compare this guy to some of the all-time greats when it comes to longevity. And we always hear this, that LeBron James is the king of longevity. And I just don't agree with that. When you look at his NBA career, yes, he's played in 1,562 games, right? And that's 2 more games than Kareem. But he's also now has played in 2 more seasons than Kareem. This is his 23rd season coming up. Kareem played in exactly 20 seasons. Kareem, in his 20-year career, missed 80 games. 80 in 20 years. That's an average of about, my math isn't wrong, about 4 games a year, I believe, right? So he averaged about 78 games a season. That's very good, right? Now, LeBron, on the other hand, in his 22 full seasons, missed 226 games. 226. And it's especially gotten worse in these last few years with the Lakers, where he has been able to, without any criticism from the media, has been able to miss games and load manage under the pretense of, well, he's older, he's earned it. But then at the same time, they will praise him for playing at a so-called high level at this, geriatric age. But yet he gets all these excuses for doing things, for being a geezer. You see what I'm saying? He's essentially low manager. He could play, but he chooses not to because he can, because he controls the narrative. Michael Jordan, his last season with the Wizards, played all 82 games. Also, unlike this guy, this egotistical asshole, Michael Jordan did what was best for the team. He started off the season, if I recall, coming off the bench. And from a personal standpoint, it was successful. Coming off the bench, those first few games, he was averaging 26 points a night. And as a matter of fact, the last 10 games he played coming off the bench, he was averaging nearly 28 points a night. That gets forgotten over time because they want you to believe that he played like trash as a Wizard because that's part of the LeBron narrative. Let's go to some other guys here. John Havlicek, in 16 seasons, remember they went to college back then, usually all 4 years. John Havlicek was an Iron Man, okay? John Havlicek, in 16 seasons, missed only 28 games. Karl Malone, in 19 seasons, missed just 50 games. Most of those games came his last year with the Lakers when he missed about 40 games. So most of those games came in 1 year. John Stockton missed just 22 games in his 19-year career. 18 of those came in 1 season when he suffered a significant injury. Robert Parrish, in 21 seasons, missed 111 games. And one of the great Iron Men of all time, Elvin Hayes, missed just 9 possible contests in 16 seasons. Just 9. So when you compare LeBron to these other guys, he's missed a shit ton of games. Almost 230 games. And it would be 240 something games if it wasn't for the fact that one of those years was a 66 game season. And one of the other ones, it was only 70 something games played because of the pandemic. So this guy's missed a lot of games, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of games. Then you have other Iron Men, of course, like Randy Smith, who played in 6 consecutive games. Then you have, of course, AC Green, who played in 192 consecutive games. Dolph Schayes played in over 700 consecutive games. I think Johnny Red Kerr played in like 600 something consecutive games. These guys once went out there to play, no excuses. Dolph Schayes played hurt. Dolph Schayes played with a fractured wrist. You know what he did? He didn't sit down. Dolph Schayes went and learned how to shoot with his other fucking hand. That's what he did. He became ambidextrous, excuse me. Plus, not to mention the fact, on top of that, most of these other guys, all these other guys I'm mentioning, were also known as premier defenders. They didn't use age. They didn't use fatigue as an excuse not to play on the other end of the court. And most of these other guys played in excess of 40 minutes per night. Wilt Chamberlain averaged 45 minutes per game in his NBA career. Career, not for one season. Career. He had multiple seasons where he played 47 plus minutes per night, only really taking mere seconds off in any particular game. Very rarely did he rest. Okay. Bill Russell averaged 42 minutes per night in his career. These guys were workhorses. They don't do this shit anymore. Moses Malone was a workhorse. Now these guys cry. They cry and bitch and moan. They get more time off. The games are spread across more than ever before, even though you as a consumer have less and less access to the product. When we complain, they don't listen. You have an arrogant, egotistical alien in charge who doesn't care about the game, but only care about gimmicks. So I'm sorry if I gravitate toward an old school, feisty, competitive, true point guard who went out there, and while he didn't win a championship, he came closer than anybody else in the finals to beating the great Michael Jordan or John Stockton. He was a player who got the utmost respect from guys going from Magic Johnson to Gary Payton. Who gives a fuck what some of these stupid ass YNs think about him? When Gary Payton, who went against some of the best point guard play you could ever imagine, understand me? When you talking about Magic Johnson, whether you talking about Tim Hardaway, whether you talking about Rod Strickland, Kenny Anderson, Sam Cassell, okay, Andre Miller, uh, going into playing against a very young Chris Paul, talking about all of them. You know what I'm saying? He went against the best when it comes to point guard play. Gary Payton, Penny Hardaway. When he says that John Stockton was the hardest guy he had to guard against, that is high, effusive praise. Anyway, that's all I got to say about it. Tell me what you guys think.